Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video today. Today we will be getting a channeled message for the collective. This is a general read. Starting off bumbly already, you guys. The cards just want to jump out of my hand. Okay. Hanged Man and the Ten of Cups under that. All right, interesting. Someone could be getting a new perspective on family. The Empress in the world. You could be this Empress. You could be getting a new perspective on family. Something could be being seen online. You could be getting a new world perspective on mother figures or your own mother figure. Something like that. I don't know. Take it as it resonates, collective. The Fool. The Page of Wands. Yeah. Has something to do with new beginnings. The Fool, the World. New beginnings. Public displays of innocence or something. Temperance. Balance. Patience. Okay. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guides, highest permission, channel messages for the collective this time. Thank you for this. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guides. I ask that you please guide me, protect me, assist me, provide me concise messages to the collective benefit and time. Thank you for this. Two of Wands on the bottom. Thank you. 6 Pentacles. Messages for the collective. 7 Wands. Protection. You protected yourself, defended yourself. Someone is protecting you, someone is defending you. You defended yourself. Take it as it resonates. 7 of Wands. Someone wants for you to have to defend yourself again. Oh, again, huh? You already won, and they want to make you feel like you have to defend your win. Thank you so much, Heavenly Father, ancestors, guides, messages for the collective. What about this 7 Wands? What does the collective need to know about this 7 Wands? Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guides, angels, messages for the collective about this. The Queen of Cups. Okay, collective, you could be this Queen of Cups, feminine water sign. This could be your wife. This could be your significant other. This could be your baby's mom. This could be your mother, or this could be you. You could be this sweetheart, Queen of Cups, loving, caring, kind individual, pre-Empress energies. Two Cups, King of Swords on the bottom. 6 Cups. A relationship from the past. 6 Cups. Someone from the past, perhaps. Messages for the collective. What about this Queen of Cups? 7 Wands. What about this Queen of Cups? 7 Wands. We're done with this deck? Okay. 4 Wands. Something about where you come from. So there could have been lies told about your character, because the reality of your character is that you're a sweetheart, that you're a good mother, you're a good woman, you're a good feminine. This is a loving, caring, kind individual. So there might have been lies told about your character, or how, you know, well seated in your emotional body you are. Someone could have wanted to defame your character, stealing some sort of win or victory from you by defaming your character. So, you know, when you're winning at life, collective, or when you're just generally a good person and therefore anything you try to do, you're going to be a winner at it, you know, there are people out there who will undermine your ability to win. There are people out there who will, you know, disagree and disgrace your actual wins and your actual victories. So, you know, somebody wants for you to defend yourself, or you had to defend yourself against attackers after you've already won. Okay, someone wanted for you to have to defend yourself, and you did defend yourself, even though you're the sweetheart. Someone was attacking you, the sweetheart, or for whom this message is about or for. Take it as it resonates, collective. The Devil and the Hanged Man. Okay. Devil on the bottom. Capricorn energies. Eight of Pentacles. Someone's hard at work. Could be a Capricorn. You could be this Capricorn. You could be hard at work. Or there's someone out here working on their lower base tendencies. Someone trying to heal. Someone trying to rise above their, you know, the monkey mind, or someone trying to rise above their former self, or I don't know, someone not happy with their station in life or something like that. The Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, collective, you could be this Queen of Pentacles, feminine earth sign, or it could be a Queen of Pentacles involved. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Blessing, abundance, gifts from God. You're gifted. You have this Ace of Pentacles. God is giving you the win. This is abundance. This is wealth. This is a wealth transfer. This is God transferring you your wealth. You know, you have accumulated coins in heaven. So this is God, you know, giving you some of those coins because you could use them here. It's time for your wealth to come into play. The lilies down here, the lilies are standing out to me. So these are white lilies. White lilies symbolize purity or transference, or transcendence. White lilies are known as the death flower for the pure transition. So this coin could be something that, you know, was promised to you by the Most High. And the Most High is fulfilling that promise upon transition. So this doesn't have to be, you know, a death in the family or the friend group or anything like that. This can be the death of, you know, your ego, or this can be the death of your former self. This could be the individual who is trying to rise above their station in life. Or this can be the individual who is trying to, you know, better themselves. They're trying to heal. They're trying to transcend. This is transcendence. The lily and the pentacle. It's giving transcendence. Okay, there's also this little garden gate down here. The garden gate. So you're a guard, you're a protector, or you are guarded. You're like in your secret garden. Queen of Pentacles, you could be Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Cups. So you could be, you know, very stable and sturdy here in the environment. You could be wealthy, you know. You could amass wealth easily. You could also be a loving, caring, kind individual. Someone could be in love with you. Someone could be looking at you as the love of their life and the wife that they, you know, envisioned for themselves. This could be the individual protecting you, or this could be you protecting yourself. Devil energy on the bottom, Capricorn energy. Someone trying to rise above their base instincts. Someone trying to rise above the monkey mind. We're not just surviving out here, we're thriving out here, you guys. The Four of Cups. Someone is feeling like they missed an opportunity with you. Okay, thank you. Messages for the collective. What about this Ace of Coins? What does the collective know about this Ace of Coins? What about this Ace of Coins? Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, Ancestors, Guides. What about this Ace of Coins? Messages for the collective. What about this Ace of Coins? Messages for the collective, please. What does the collective know about this? It's the Page of Cups. So this could be your inner child. You could be doing, you know, healing work. You could be healing the inner child. You could be working on, you know, love of thyself, right? This is self-love. The advent of self-love. This could be someone coming to you with an apology or an offer, some sort of emotional offer. It's a small offer or it's an apology. It could be someone coming to you just at a page level emotionally. So they could be emotionally withdrawn or stunted, or this could be a child. Take it as it resonates. Queen Cups, Page Cups. This could be a mother and their child, or this could be you and your child. Take it as it resonates. It could always be you and your inner child. If you have no children, okay. Take it as it resonates. Devil energy on the bottom still. What about this Page Cups? What does the collective know about this Page Cups? Two of Cups, okay? Relationships. So you might have had to heal your inner child in order to commit, excuse me, commit to a healthy relationship. King of Swords on its side. All right, so you might have had like an overbearing father figure, or you might have had someone in your life who was, you know, overly critical of you, or you might have had someone in your life who was a liar, and they lied about you, they lied about situations, whatever. You might have had somebody in your life, possibly a father figure or an ex or something like that, who was psychologically manipulative or abusive. And learning from these lessons, learning to heal ourselves so that we are not open to revisiting past wounds that individuals inflicted upon us, other than purposes of healing. You know, this is something that is part of the healing journey. This is something that is part of the grief process. You know, it's all healthy, it's all natural, it's fine. This King of Swords on its side is giving overbearing, cold and calculating ex or parental figure. If we're talking about the inner child, this might be a parental figure who stifled your mental creativity, or someone who, you know, was psychologically or verbally manipulative or abusive towards you. Okay, this could have been someone who might have even been evil-minded. Someone who might have been very cold and calculating towards you. You know, a very controlling individual, perhaps, with all of the devil energies showing up. So this could be someone that you were in a previous relationship with. So this could be your ex, okay? Or this could be someone who you were previously, you know, in a relationship with, like a familiar relationship. This could be your parent, or, you know, a parental figure, or a guide of sorts, or a guardian, or someone who would be an authority figure, someone in official capacity. This could be someone who was a boss that you had to heal from. This could be someone who was a teacher that you had to heal from, or, you know, someone, an authority figure in the church or in your, you know, your social group or whatever. Take it as it resonates. We're done with that? Okay. We're not putting it up then. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers for the Wishes from the Fishes deck. Empress and Hanged Man. You could be this King of Swords. You could be masculine air sign, and you could be healing from a relationship, okay? Or this could be you healing your inner child. This could be you healing through stuff having to do with your own mother, with the Queen of Cups here. Take it as it resonates. Okay, 4 of Wands on the bottom. Something about roots, something about where you came from, or a house, celebrations, unions, a coming together. Messages for the collective, please. Wishes for the Fishes. Okay. Yeah, the 4 of Wands. No, this is the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands. So it's fighting. It's on its side though. So there might have been like, you might have grown up in a chaotic household. There might have been a lot of fighting. Your parents might have fought a lot. This might have been something that you had to heal from. You know, you might have grown up in a volatile household, or there might have been, you know, a lot of fighting or arguments going on in the family or the community. This might have been a combatant community. Take it as it resonates, okay? There might have been a lot of fighting or arguments in a relationship that you had to heal from. If this is your ex or something like that, there might have just been, it might have just been all fights. Like all y'all ever did was argue. All y'all ever did was fight. So, because this is past energy. Okay, the King of Swords might have did nothing but, you know, try to cause chaos in your life because you decided that, you know, you were going to go heal from the relationship, and they wanted to make you feel like you had to defend yourself. They might have withheld money from you. They might have been psychologically manipulative and abusive with you. They might have been the Page of Cups emotionally while you were the Queen of Cups. So you treated them with love and dignity, and they took you for granted. The 4 of Cups showing up earlier. Here's the 4 of Wands. There's the Devil. All right, so devilish tendencies. So there could be a Capricorn involved. You could be a Capricorn. Take it as it resonates. Or this could be about devil energies. Anger. Addiction. Greed. Hostility. That's what I'm getting mostly. Anger. Hostility. So someone was very angry. Someone just had a lot of deep-seated anger. Someone has a lot of anger issues. This could have been you. You could have been a very angry person. You could have had a lot of, you know, emotional issues that you had to work through. And, you know, before you went on the healing journey from those anger issues, you were an angry person. Or this could be someone else. I'm really feeling it's not you, collective. I feel like you're the Queen of Cups here. You're the Empress, Queen of Cups. Okay? I feel like this is somebody else's energy, this devilish energy. It could be a Capricorn, take it as it resonates. I feel like this is more about the energies of the devil, though. Somebody or a group of people, this energy working its way through. Groups of people, members of your family possibly, showing you a lot of disdain, showing you a lot of anger and hostility, you know, just a lot of hostility towards you. Okay, there might have been a lot of bigotry. Okay, so I get the feeling that you might have been a female, or you might be a female who was raised by masculines or a masculine, and that masculine or the group of masculines were very toxic. Okay, the energies of the devil are about toxicity. So you had to heal from that. You had to, you know, make your mistakes that you were going to make so that you could learn from the mistakes. So if you grew up in an environment where you were used to toxic masculines, then you most likely, as a feminine, if this is you, you most likely sought out toxic masculines as a general partner in life, or, you know, this might have been, you know, the type of energy that you were used to. So this is what, you know, you attracted. So when the energy presented itself, this felt like, even though it was unsafe, it felt safe to you. And that is because you were unhealed at the time. So when you went on the healing journey and you learned that even though you might have been raised by toxic masculines, or even though you might have been experiencing nothing but toxic masculines, whether by design or whether by coincidence, it was all part of your healing journey. This was lessons that you needed to learn. These were parts of yourself that you needed to understand and grow from. So these energies, you know, they don't just go away. When you decide to remove yourself from a situation where there are toxic, chaotic individuals, especially if it's you're feminine and you're removing yourself from a toxic group of masculines, they will react differently than if you were, you know, a man removing yourself from a group of men. These men, or this man, felt or feels a sense of ownership over you. And so when you left, or when you are trying to leave this individual or this group of individuals, they tried to attack you over and over again. You want to heal, they don't want you to heal. They want you to be forever suspended in the trauma. They want a trauma bond with you, and they never want to allow you to grow or heal from the trauma. They just want to re-traumatize you. So when you remove yourself from the situation, when you put this behind you, when you grew emotionally, or when you grew up and moved away from this, if this is your parent or your family or something, you know, even if you moved away from these people or this person and right into, you know, another abuser, like, you know, like I said, it's very common to see someone who grows up around abusive individuals look for another abuser, you know, because they're unhealed. They don't know any different. You know, but now you're on your healing journey and now you know better. So these individuals, that energy, it's not going to go anywhere. Just because you decide to heal doesn't mean that the individuals who were toxic and who were abusing you are all of a sudden going to decide to heal too. That's not how it works. No. Abusers will need a lot more than, you know, their own idea of healing to push them in a healing direction. A lot of times abusers will go to their grave being abusers, never acknowledging the abuse that they carry out on others, never acknowledging the reality of their own situation or their own toxic traits. No, that energy, once it takes hold, a lot of times it's very difficult to separate an abuser from their abusive energy that they're used to living in. And it's much better for you to just remove yourself from the situation, to separate yourself from the situation, to put time and distance in between yourself and the situation so that you can focus on you and so that you can heal. But the devil energies, they don't want to allow that. They don't want to see that for you. They just wanted to see more of the same for you. They just wanted to see your life be chaotic. They just wanted to see you, you know, be a queen, yet nobody but liars and people with fishy cups of love who were nowhere near your level come at you. And this was probably by design because abusers, you know, will abuse. That's what they do, right? Four of Wands at the bottom still. Messages for the collective. Wishes for the fishes, please. What does the collective need to know about this devil energy? What about this devil energy? What does the collective need to know about this devil energy? King of Wands. Masculine fire sign. Okay, you could be this King of Wands. Or there could be a King of Wands out here in devilish energies. Okay, so that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Excuse me, spiritual burp. So there could be a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and there could be a Capricorn who are out here working together. Or this could be you. You could be this King of Wands being, you know, a leader in your own right, okay? Or this could be you, you know, really picking up a leadership role in your own life, okay? Or this could be someone that you're currently with, the King of Wands. Leader. I'm getting leadership qualities. Six of Pentacles. So it looks like you're with this King of Wands now, and this King of Wands is actually treating you fairly. This King of Wands is interested in a reciprocal relationship with you here in the environment. Or you could be this King of Wands and you could be treating people fairly. Even though you grew up in a chaotic environment, even though you had to heal from abuses, you could be this leader in your own life who is then treating others fairly, even though you were not treated fairly. You still are capable of treating others fairly. So the King of Wands could be somebody you're with. The King of Wands could be an ex of yours, part of this chaotic group, an abuser of yours. Or you could be this King of Wands. Take it as it resonates. If this is someone you're with now, the energies that are coming out are positive. But you would know your own story. Take it as it resonates. Wishes for the fishes, please. What about this King of Wands, Six of Pentacles? The High Priestess. You know. You know what it is I speak. Or it's a Pisces, or you're a Pisces. Take it as it resonates. So this speaks of intuition, okay? At this time, it would be advised that you follow your intuition. You follow your inner guidance, okay? If there's something you're questioning, follow your intuition on it. Or this is you being the High Priestess. This is you having deep inner knowledge. This is you on your healing journey. This is you in your spiritual seat. Okay? You could be a judge. You could have awakened to your spiritual gifts. And your spiritual gifts could have brought you into, you know, the High Priestess or the High Priest. Take it as it resonates. Okay? So this is you, either High Priestess or High Priest. masculine or feminine, sitting in your divine right. So I'm getting spiritual judge. Collective, you could be a spiritual judge. And in order to be a spiritual judge and be ordained and anointed by God in order to do this job, you would have had to have gone through a lot. You would have had to have dealt with a lot. Just like a judge, you know, who has been hired by or appointed or whatever, however that happens, you know, they have to go through law school. They have to do things before they can be a judge. They have to go through stuff. They have to learn things. They have to learn lessons. They have to familiarize themselves. So just like any judge here in the environment, you being a spiritual judge, you had to go through things in order to rise to the position, because the position is elevated spiritually. So you had to learn lessons here within the mortal realm. And it looks like the lessons you had to learn here within the mortal realm were to deal with abusers, or to deal with psychotic people acting evil and manipulative and abusive and angry, to deal with people having addictions and obsessions, to deal with people coming at you incorrectly because they're not on your level and they're lying to you and they do not intend on okay, now you're up here. Okay, now you're up here. Do you feel better? Winnie had to come to say hello to everybody. Now you're up here. Do you feel better? You checking everything out? Okay, is everything okay? No, ma'am, no coffee for you. Okay, don't lick my cards. No licking the cards. None of that. Okay. You want to sit here with me? Here. You can sit back there, okay? You can sit back there. You sit right there. Chiquita baby, you sit right there. Actually, just a second, you guys. I'll be right back. One second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So this is you, High Priest, High Priestess, sitting in your spiritual seat. You could be a spiritual judge. You could have had to have gone through hardships, many and numerous, known to yourself, that you learned lessons from, that you grew from, that you healed from. Anything else from this? No? Okay. We'll get some closing messages from the Linda deck. Justice and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Six of Swords and Justice. So it could have been divine design that you were spirited away. The moon on the bottom, Piscean energy, Cancerian energy, divine feminine energy, creative center of the universe energy, secrets, illusions, also fear, paranoia. Thank you so much. Messages for the collective, Knight of Swords. Someone wanting to come in very quickly, or this could be an official message, or like I'm getting official document. You could be receiving official messages or official documents, or someone wants to come in very quickly. Someone wants to come in and have a conversation, a serious conversation quickly. Messages for the collective. What about this Knight of Swords? What's the collective need to know at this time? Wheel of Fortune. Fated events. The Wind. Good luck and fortune on your side. The wheel turning in your favor. The wheel within the wheel. Circles within circles. You are Fortuna. Thank you. Messages for the collective. What about this Knight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune? The Devil. Yeah, the Devil come out twice. So you could be a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could have an ex who's a Capricorn. Or there could be a couple of Capricorns in the scenario, of which you could be one. Take it as it resonates. Or this is just those energies. You had to learn lessons about dealing with people who were under the influence of the devilish energies. Anger, lust, greed, addiction, obsession, control, hostility, aggression. You had to learn lessons from this. These could be issues that you had yourself. These could be issues that others had surrounding you, abuses that you suffered that you had to grow and heal from. These could be issues that you had yourself that you had to grow and heal from. Take it as it resonates. The Artist. This represents the beauty of humanity. This represents being someone's muse. This represents creativity and drive, passion, artistry. You could be an artist. Someone could be viewing you as their muse. You could be someone's muse. Someone could be viewing you as artistic or eccentric. Someone could think that you are beautiful. Someone could think that you are the representation of what beauty is. Beauty and artistry. What about this Artist card? Queen of Wands. You could be a Queen of Wands. Okay, so you could be like, I'm getting SEX symbol. So you could be very sexy. Someone could be very attracted to you. You could arouse a lot of jealousy. You could get a lot of hate from people because of the way you look, because they're jealous of you. Okay? You could also get a lot of hate because of the way you look, because men feel incompetent or inferior because you are a beautiful woman. That is a very common theme. Men who hate women, they hate beautiful women the most because it represents what they cannot have or what they themselves are fearful of. So when a toxic masculine is confronted with their own insecurities and their own fears, they will lash out because they're toxic. They're not going to go within and say to themselves, wow, why am I so triggered by this person? Wow, why am I treating this person this way when they've done nothing to me? Wow, why do I hate this person? Because, you know, I am attracted to them and it makes me feel bad because I know I never will be with them or something like that. It's a very base, you know, and men or masculines or individuals who sit in that toxicity. Women are toxic too. Women are just as toxic as men are, but the energies that's coming are men who are toxic towards women because they don't want a woman to be beautiful. They don't want a woman to be heard. They don't want a woman to be appreciated because they themselves probably have like mommy issues, or they themselves were neglected or abused. There's some issue themselves with women. So, you know, a lot of times when men will have issue with women and they're toxic toward women, it's because of their own mother or because of the feminines in their life and the way that they were treated, the way that they were raised, the way that they were abused, the way that they were used, the way that they were raised. So you could be this Queen of Wands. You could be feminine fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be this King of Wands, masculine fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be in a matched pair. You could be sitting in balanced energies of King and Queen of Wands. So not only are you, you know, somebody's muse out here, not only are you somebody's sex symbol out here, not only are you a leadership, you know, not only are you everything that would be somebody's dream. That's what the artist is giving me, somebody's dream, okay? You're also the masculine counterpart to that. It's a balanced energy. You're also the leader of your own life. You've also taken the reins in your own life. You're also, you know, not worried about defending yourself because you are well qualified. You have all the fire that you need. This is the energy. So it evokes jealousy out of those who, you know, want to be you or want to be with you and cannot. It evokes hatred and anger out of those who want to be with you or want to be you and they cannot, even if it is only themselves holding them back from that. A lot of times, you know, people getting in their own way, that is the crux of the problem, right? But you could be this Queen of Wands. You could be an Empress. There's a lot of queens coming out, or there could be several characters at play here. Take it as it resonates. You know your own story. Thank you. Listen, Linda, listen. What does the collective know at this time? Messages for the collective. Closing messages, please. Ace of Cups. So, Ace of Coins, Ace of Cups. You have the blessings. You are protected. You are blessed. You are abundant. You could be birthing the new idea of something. You could be starting your own business or something that is going to make you a lot of money. Or this could be something that is more of, you know, an emotional blessing. This could be the new life. You could be pregnant or, you know, be expecting a new baby or something like that. Take it as it resonates. Thank you. Ace of Cups, Ace of Coins. You have the aces. The aces are yours. Somebody considers you to be a blessing in their life. Somebody considers you to be the muse in their life. The Eight of Cups. You walked away. So it was fated with the Wheel of Fortune here. The Eight of Cups coming out on its side next to the Wheel of Fortune or on top of the Wheel of Fortune. It's giving previous energy of you walking away. So there was this chaotic group that you walked away from. Could have been your family or an ex who was in charge of or a part of a creative project, or this could be a group that you walked away from, some sort of chaotic group or family that you walked away from. Okay? And it was fated for you to walk away. For you to, you know, get into this advent of self-love, okay? Maybe you were denied love as a child, you know? Maybe you were unappreciated in relationships, starting as, you know, young as, in your own family as, you know, a child. Maybe you were overlooked, maybe you were neglected, maybe you were abused. I don't know, take it as it resonates. Maybe you were, you know, treated poorly or unfairly emotionally in relationships until you learned to love yourself. Because, you know, you're only going to be treated as you are allowing people to treat you, because you have the option to walk away. So it looks like you did walk away because you realized your worth. You realized that you are the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, High Priestess, and so you walked away because you're the Queen of Wands and you can do whatever you want. This is your spiritual positioning. Queen of Wands, High Priestess. You could be a spiritual practitioner, okay? Spiritual judge. anointed by God. People find you alluring. People want to follow you. 5 of Wands. Chaos. Fighting. What about this chaos and fighting? You walked away because of all the fighting. You don't need that shit. You said to yourself, I don't need this. And you walked away. 5 of Swords. It's inverted though. So the lying, the stealing, it's in the past. You're not dealing with people lying to you. You're not dealing with people stealing from you. Or this is something that you experienced. You experienced people lying about you. You know, trying to create a narrative that was untrue. Or you experienced people stealing from you. You know? And so this is something that you grew out of, allowing these sort of experiences to happen in your life because, you know, whereas you might not have had control over what happens to you when you were a child, you grew up and you grew out of it. You don't stay a child forever. So you might have grown up and you might have grown out of it. And so, you know, the lies no longer worked. You no longer believed lies. Or you no longer allowed lies to be told in your presence and you left. If they want to continue to lie to themselves and anybody else who will listen, that's their business. You can't control their healing. Remember, you can't control their healing. They're going to do what they're going to do. Just like you're going to do what you're going to do. They can try and control you, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're not controllable. You are your own independent, sovereign being. Nobody tells you what to do, where to go, how to be. Nobody tells you. Judgment. These individuals are under judgment. You walked away, now they're under judgment. Because of all the lying, because of all the stealing. So individuals from your past, your ex or your family perhaps, or your ex's family or some group, okay, who were responsible for lying about you, they're under judgment for that, okay? Individuals who were responsible for stealing from you, they're under judgment for that. You have called down judgment. You sit in your spiritual seat of judgment. You are the spiritual judge, and you have called down judgment. These individuals are under judgment now. Judgment is here. Judgment has been coming out in like every reading. It's the theme of the day, theme of the week, theme of the month. 5 of Cups on its side. Sadness, depression. Someone is sad and depressed because they're under judgment. Someone finds themselves being judged and they don't like the feel of it. 3 of Cups. Could be a group out here under judgment. Could be third party under judgment. Someone could be under judgment for introducing a third party or listening to a third party or trusting a third party or allowing a third party to get in their ear and disrupt what would otherwise have been a healthy and productive relationship with you. Instead, you walked away and you called judgment down on the situation. 3 of Swords. They betrayed you. They're feeling betrayed when they're the ones who betrayed you. This third party, this is being exposed. The Sun, Aries energy. The Sun, the Divine Masculine, exposure. This is being exposed. The fact that these individuals are under judgment is being exposed. The fact that these individuals entertained third parties and betrayed you, it's being exposed. The fact that these individuals are liars and thieves, it's being exposed. The Knight of Wands. Reckless, rash decision-making, rash action, quick, rash behavior, recklessness. The Hierophant and the 2 of Cups. The Hierophant's inverted, so there was some unstructured relationship. The breakdown of the relationship was because, you know, it was unstructured, the well. You were the source. And when you walked away, they lost all structure because you're the source. Okay? You're the source. You're the divine Source. Messages about this. 9 of Pentacles. You're by yourself. You're independent. Here you are in your working garden, toiling away by yourself. You have more than enough to take care of yourself. You're just waiting for the right partner to come along with that last pentacle, and then boom, you've insta-family. That's what this is giving. You're by yourself, but you're waiting for the insta-family. Take it as it resonates. Messages for the collective. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Messages for the collective. Anything else? The 8 of Pentacles. Somebody hard at work. Some 8-year period. Or somebody's entire body work. Or somebody's job. What about this 8 of Pentacles? What about this? Anything else? The Hanged Man. Okay. So this is enlightenment. This is transcendence. This is also sacrificial energy. So the individuals who wanted to make you the scapegoat, the individuals who wanted to abuse you from what it seems like childhood, they wanted to carry this along into adulthood. They wanted to have an entire body of work which showcases their abuses towards you. I don't know who they would showcase their abuse of you to, but they're trying to impress somebody by abusing you. They wanted to have an entire body of work, or you're with someone for some 8-year period, or this could be something that has been happening since, you know, you were 8 years old or something like that. But this is really giving body of work. So this is giving someone's job. Someone was paid to abuse you, or someone was benefiting from abuses. Someone was getting paid, someone was paying someone. Someone had an entire body of work which encompassed abuses or abuses. I don't know why I said it like that. The Hanged Man. You're becoming enlightened to this. You're getting a new, fresh perspective. Others are getting a new, fresh perspective. They tried to sacrifice you. Now they're only being sacrificed themselves. The Chariot. This is giving a vessel. So someone could be in a vehicle. Someone could be in like a boat. I'm getting a vessel on the water. Someone could have a boat. Okay. Or this could be a different type of vessel. So the individuals who allowed themselves to, you know, think that abusing you was something to aspire to. The group that decided that abusing innocence, children, the group that decided that abusing, you know, the love interest in their life and, you know, hating on their mothers, hating on their sisters, hating on their wives, hating on their daughters, whoever's idea that was, they were allowing themselves to be, you know, vessels of the darkness. They were extremely imbalanced. Okay? The Devil popping out twice. The Chariot, this is giving, you know, people being driven by lower base tendencies. People being driven by lust and anger and greed. Right? So, you know, men lusting after things that they shouldn't lust after, like children, or men lusting after women who are unattainable, women who sit above their station that they're in, or women who they feel are unattainable because they feel very badly about themselves, and instead of trying to, you know, looks max, or instead of trying to grow and heal so that they are a match for the woman that they want, no, they're just going to sit in that toxic, they're going to become the incel, they're going to, you know, become the volatile hate group member who is willing to or has a history of committing atrocities, including, you know, like RAPE and violence against women. That's what this energy is. And in doing so, in this being their job, and them treating this like it is a job or an entire body of work to show, and them treating them like this, or in them treating the idea of that like this, you know, them trying to sacrifice you in order to level up in some sort of group in which this is the regular thought process for the group, that it is okay to abuse children and women, that it is okay to exhibit violence toward children and women, that not only is it okay, it's actually condoned. It's like expected. So they wanted to sacrifice you, but they're sacrificing themselves. They've only excelled at sacrificing themselves. They've only hung themselves out to dry. They decided to allow themselves to become a vessel of the darkness. They decided not to, you know, revisit anything that they have done. They decided not to hold themselves accountable for anything that they have done. They decided instead to gather in groups and to make a job out of it. So they're under judgment. The Magician, manipulation, the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. So this is some woman-hating group out here that is under judgment. They're finally being called out for the behaviors and the toxicity that they have been sitting in. No one believes that they're good people anymore. No one believes that they have good intent anymore. No one believes that they're decent. No one believes that anymore. Everyone knows the truth. Everyone has clarity on the situation. The Hanged Man and the Ace of Swords is giving enlightenment and clarity. Revelation. Okay, collective. I'll leave it on that. Revelation. Till next time. Bye.